friends, Jewel back with you with another super cool astrology video. I want to talk about Gemini Sun Woman and some of her traits. So this is a very witty, multi-talented, charming, pixie-ish type of woman when we have the sun coming through Gemini, because the sun is our identity. It's what we want to be seen and appreciated for, and have the sun, or I'm sorry, the world look at us and say, that's what that person is about. It's what we identify as. And so when we have the sun coming through the sign of information, the sign of the mind, we see somebody that is very frank in their behaviors, tend to be very busy. They are not a sign that is easily satisfied, because they are really about experiencing a multitude of things and generally experiencing those things and learning those things for themselves. Gemini women don't do well with being told. They have to experience it for themselves. They've got to touch the stove to make sure that it's hot. So they're very busy personalities. There's a lot of interest. There's a lot of abilities, a lot of talents. And so there can be a real versatility with this type of personality. They tend to be very communicative, but you have to look at everything, because there are quiet Geminis. But usually when we have, it's more actually, you're more prone towards extroversion if you have Gemini ascendant, but still look at everything, because you could have like Mercury coming in through the 8th house or something, and in conjunct this, and you have to look at everything in a birth chart and in synastry, because these videos tell you one thing at a time. And it's when we put all those things together that we can see the entirety of something, and different aspects will be modified by other aspects and by signs and things of that nature. So you have to look at everything. But usually, this is a more communicative sign. And because it's about multitude of interest. So, you know, this is the sign of information, Gemini, because Mercury rules these people, and the identity is coming through that lens. So she's all about being on the go. This is a more of an unsettled personality. This is not a clingy or other-oriented style either. There tends to be more of an independent tomboy type of vibe about her. They are very pixie-like. They flit, you know, from flower to flower, collecting all different types of nectar. And so there's, you know, they even have that look to them often, where they can have very fine features and have more of a, you know, a flirtatious quality about them. So, you know, there's just a real lightness of being, and with the identity being unsettled and very busy. They tend to be very entertaining females. So the mind rules the personality. So they identify their personality with their passing thoughts. And this is really why they are so changeable. Because the mind is so changeable. It's always changing. It's really dependent on what thoughts are coming through and what feelings are resulting out of those thoughts. So this can be a more exhausting lens to have the identity coming through, because they don't generally separate their sense of self with their thoughts or with their immediate environment. And so there is this, you know, really flitting from flower to flower, from idea to idea, from experience to experience. So they can feel that their personality can get in the way of their being able to finish projects or being able to follow through on projects, because they are so prone to, you know, identifying with this or that, or, you know, now I'm on to this. And so there can be a need to knuckle down with this type of personality, just like with Capricorn, can be a need to loosen up. With this one, sometimes finishing is boring, but it can enhance our character. It can enhance our sense of identity and our sense of wholeness. We're multi-talented, interesting, fun, and generally have a very somewhat, it can be abrupt, but it's a very frank way of exhibiting her personality when we've got the sun coming through the lens of Gemini. So I hope this was helpful. If it was, please subscribe to my channel. You can find me on the internet at truthandaspectastrology.com, Facebook, Instagram, Patreon, where I need you to come over and find me so I can make more videos for you more often. And yes, I do private consultation. I'm mainly a relationship and intimacy astrologer, but I interpret all types of charts under the sun. And I'll be back with more super cool videos. Bye-bye.